Well, good morning, Dirtfish friends. It's day 2 of Rally Sardinia. The cars lining up to head into what is again quite a long day. 8 stages today, 133 kilometres in total. We're in a slightly different area from where we were yesterday. The stages, in terms of the geography, the surface, a little bit different. But what we do know, as Danny Sordo heads off to the opening stage of the morning, what we do know is that it's soft out there. Yes, the skies are blue. It's relatively cool for this part of the world, around about 17, 18 degrees this morning. So, yeah, soft compounds all round. All of our top drivers have gone out with the 5 soft compound tyres. Let's have a look around. Oit and Martin's car all looking good. I didn't quite get the feeling yesterday, Oit, the car wasn't performing the way he wanted to. Maybe a few changes overnight. Well, maybe see if we can grab a very quick good morning word. Good morning, Oit Tanak. Any changes overnight to the setup?
No, not really. We had no time, so they had to change many things, so just to get it going again. So no, it should be okay.
Looks like everyone's gone with soft compound tyres. If it rains this afternoon, we might start to run out of soft compounds, I guess.
It makes sense to be out of soft compound by the end of the rally, so no point to keep them for just for fun.
No, not indeed. Now, you know, as Oit said there, you know, they've got to use them where they're needed, but, you know, they've got 24 hard compound tyres, they've got 8 softs, plus those 4 extras that they got for shakedown, so 12 in total. Now, what we're pretty sure is that it's going to rain tomorrow. You look at the skies above us, it looks beautifully blue. That's exactly how it looked yesterday. And yesterday afternoon, we saw some torrential rain. Elfyn Evans, really bad luck for Elfyn and Scott yesterday. They were having a really solid day until they had that puncture. Look at this. Look how muddy and dusty it is. Normally the cars get completely washed off before they come out for the next day. But we saw underneath Danny Sordo's wheel arches actually still carrying a little bit of mud under there. Let's just see how Elfyn's feeling. Good morning, Elfyn. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. Cars set up. Any changes ahead of today?
Not a lot, no.
What do you think at this stage? It's one that you've run quite a few times. You know it quite well.
Yeah, they always change it around here as always, but yeah, no, it's a pretty nice stage. Probably one of the fastest of the rally, really. But yeah, still not fast, but yeah.
Interesting one to start the morning. Best of luck, Elfyn. We'll leave you to it. Yeah, listen, this stage here, if you remember back a few years ago, some spectacular shots of Hayden Padden coming through with the rear of his car, with flames coming out the back of it. There's a little kind of motocross circuit, or there was, in the middle of it. As Elfyn said, this area here, lots and lots of potential for changing the stage around. You know, they put in little extra sections. Generally, the start and the finish is the same, but they can put in all sorts of different combinations of stages. It's a cork farm, effectively, low cork trees. We've seen problems here in the past with dust in the early mornings. That won't be an issue out there today, clearly. The stages are damp, so no issues at all with dust out there this morning. Let's head along. Katsuta Takamoto-san, good morning to you. This stage this morning, it's a quicker stage, we believe, out here, this one.
Yeah, it's pretty high speed, yes.
Have they still got the little kind of motocross circuit in the middle of it?
Yeah, it's a pretty nice section, actually. But also in the middle, we have a little bit narrow and technical section. So let's see. There will be some surprises in cut or something, but hopefully no puncture.
Yeah, no punctures. That's the ground. Thank you very much, Taka-san. Yeah, you know, these are quite low trees, what we're seeing here. Look at these trees here. These are actually, are these cork trees or are they oak trees? I'm not quite sure. But the trees, we're on a kind of high plateau. There's not a lot of up and down. I'm not so sure because, look, they've cut the cork from that. So it's a cork tree. Are they oak trees? I'm not sure. But yeah, there's not an awful lot of topography. You know, yesterday we saw the stages going up and down on the mountains, didn't we? Today, on this section in particular, it's pretty flat, but it is technical in places and it's quick in other places. Let's head along and have a word with Kalle Rovanperä. Great final stage yesterday, puts him right back in that battle for the podium. As always, looking very calm this morning, Kalle Rovanperä. Tell me what the target is for today.
Try to keep the pace, and now from the better starting place, hopefully we can fight with the guys.
It will be that much easier for you out there today. Tell me about this stage, though. It's one that you know quite well. A little bit quicker, perhaps, than some of the other stages.
Yeah, some of the parts are quite quick. We have a bit of new part now in the middle, but then yeah, the end is also really twisty and slow. But it's overall quite fast stage.
Anything we should be looking out for this morning? Any stage in particular that you're a little concerned about, or that maybe needs a bit more caution?
Yeah, I think this long Erulla Tula will be really tough. It's already quite rough and really narrow all the time, so can be tricky.
Yeah, best of luck out there this morning. Yeah, that stage. Oh, sorry, Yoni. Very sorry, my friend. Oh, I've done that before. Done that with the tyre engineers. Seb Ogier, just checking. We saw this yesterday. It's just part of the preparation. Make sure everything is as it should be, where it should be. Good morning, champ. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, thank you.
It's going to be a heck of a battle out there, isn't it?
Like always, gap are still close. Even like there's no gap with AP, so all to be done.
All to be done. We'll leave you to it, champ. You head off and do what you've got to do. We don't like to, we don't like to keep them for too long. He's having a little words with champ and champ. Look at that. 9 titles between them. 9 titles. You'd argue the 2 very best drivers in the world in any discipline just now. I would certainly put my money on that. I really would. Having a little look, I don't know, maybe just talking about sections. They'll watch the all live. Danny Sordo goes into that stage. Oh, very, very shortly indeed. We've seen him heading off towards the start. So, yeah, just having a little chat. Going to have a wee chat now. I wonder what this is. I'll ask him. I will ask him. We'll find out. Can I ask you what that's all about, Seb, or not? Is that very rude?
Some information we got from the stage, and when we see something dangerous, sharing information with a teammate, obviously.
Okay, dangerous. What?
Not dangerous, not dangerous.
Some potential.
But some puncture risk or things like this, it's just...
It is a proper team job, this. Thank you, Seb. For that, we'll leave you to it. There we go. That is how it is these days. They do share the information. We have seen it in the past, teammates who are very much, fighting each other. But yeah, I don't know where Seb would have got that information from. Maybe from watching the onboards of the cars going through. There's information coming back to the team all the time from weather crews, from various people in the stage. So, they know what to look out for in this stage. There are certain points in the stage where they know drivers have had issues in the past, where they know punctures have been picked up. So it's just about, noting those spots and then having a good look and, working out whether or not this year it is also a bit of an issue. Now, he had a much better afternoon, didn't he, Thierry Neuville? The morning was a little tricky for him. Afternoon, issues with the handbrake, but he had a really strong afternoon with the times. Thierry, it was a really good afternoon for you yesterday. You hope to continue, I guess, with that pace this morning.
And a bit more, yeah.
And a little bit more, that would be nice. You need the handbrake to work, though. Is that problem all sorted?
Yeah. Everything is working now. It will depend on the feeling. If it's getting better and better, what I hope, then we can push a bit more. Yeah, we're going to see. It's hard to predict.
It's still all to play for in this event, isn't it? Today's a tough day. There's an awful lot that can catch any driver out there.
Sure, and the risk of puncture is still there, and lots of water splashes and standing water or mud, so anything can happen. As well, the weather is again unpredictable for this afternoon, so yeah.
What are you guys hearing about this afternoon? Do you think we might get some rain?
Well, similar to yesterday, it can come down anywhere, anytime, but it's hard to predict if it hits the stages or not.
Yeah, thank you very much, Thierry. Yeah, it is hard to predict, but it's hard to believe, isn't it? Looking up into the sky here. Heading off, looking up into this glorious blue sky, not a cloud above us. It's hard to believe that, it could well rain, but that is the nature of being on an island, on a mountainous island as well. The stage yesterday that we were on, the Monte Lerno stage, the actual jump, the peak of that jump, 999 metres up, 3 and a bit thousand feet up. That is why you do get an awful lot. This is great to see. Look at this. Seb's going to have a word with Esa-Pekka and Yanni. There's a lot of oil there. Take a look at this, Elliot. Take a look at this. Well, just watching the boys having a wee chat, but look at the amount of oil that's come from. We do get overfill. That happens quite a lot. It's not really anything to be too concerned about, but that's dripping. Look at that oil dripping there. Oil dripping. Let's just ask Esa-Pekka if that's something to worry about. I don't think it is. Overfill is quite often. You can smell it though. You can smell the oil. You can really smell it. A lot of oil dripping from the left side of the car there. Seb's having a wee look. He would know better than I would, but we'll ask Esa-Pekka and Yanni whether... Yanni, we're just having a look. There's quite a lot of oil and it's dripping from the rear left. Is that something that would concern you? He's taking a good look at it. Do you know what? That's more than overfill. Let's see whether Esa-Pekka's going to have a look at that as well. Esa-Pekka, what do you think that is?
Looks like a transmission or...
Right, so it's not just overfill. You think that might be a leak somewhere?
Hard to say. I cannot see. You know, there is some card, there is everything, so can't see, to be honest.
Yeah, well, we'll keep a close eye and keep our fingers crossed. How are you feeling though this morning, Esa-Pekka, ahead of a big day?
Yeah, good.
Did you make many changes to the setup this morning or from yesterday? I mean, you were really quick yesterday. Any changes?
No.
All as it was. And obviously the soft compound tyres, it's interesting, isn't it? Because it might rain this afternoon, it might rain tomorrow. It could get to the point where the softs run out.
True. That's why we have already used them.
They're used ones that you've got on. There we go. So, you know, we kind of saw one or two of the drivers taking it a little easier in shakedown so as not to overstress those soft compound tyres. Those are the extra 4 that they've got. So they started with 8. Esa-Pekka's, yeah, as he said, it's difficult, really difficult to see where that might be coming from with the sump guard there. Transmission oil, that's what it smells like, certainly. And it is still leaking. You can see the line of oil as it's come in here. It's got to be a concern. It's got to be a concern. It's dripping down from, it'll be pooling somewhere, maybe on the sump guard, and it's dripping through as the pool of oil builds. He's taking some pictures. I'm sure he's sending them to the team and saying, guys, what's this all about? Do we have to do anything? Do we have to be concerned about it? You know, I've done stage ends for years, and as the cars come out of service, they absolutely brim the oil levels, and very often you get a little bit of overfill. That's maybe a little bit more than that, so we'll have to wait and see whether Esa-Pekka Lappi will keep our fingers crossed. Sami Pajari leading WRC2. He has led before. We saw him leading in Japan at the end of Friday. Sami, a great battle between yourself and Adrian out there, but I suppose today you are just thinking about the stages, how to get through rather than that battle.
Yes.
Well, tell me about the stages.
Okay, I don't know the latest how the weather is, but I think we should be fine with the tires we have.
What have you got?
Soft and hard.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Because the softs are definitely in demand, but running out.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting out there. What is the approach today? Is it a conservative approach? Is it an aggressive approach? How are you going to go into today?
Well, yeah, would be good to have the pace, but it's a long day, so let's see.
Long day with lots to look out for. The best of luck, Sami Pajari. There we go, folks. You know, this battle between Ogier, here we're Ogier and Neuville having a little chat. Not Ogier, Lappi and Neuville. He's clearly concerned. You know, point one, we have a great battle in front of us. But what is this issue with this oil leak? That is quite a lot of oil, as I say. He's been on the phone to the team. He sent them pictures of what's going on there. We will keep a very close eye on Esa-Pekka Lappi. Fingers crossed. We're set up for the most magnificent battle at the front today. Fingers crossed that doesn't become an issue for Esa-Pekka Lappi. So, folks, 8 stages in front of us, 133 kilometres. Blue skies just now, but are they going to last? Stick with us. Dirtfish Live. Don't forget, if you miss anything through the course of today, just go onto our homepage, either the drop-down menu or have a look at the menus across the top. Dirtfish Live Centre, drop down, and you can catch up with all the action. Anything you might have missed, that is where you will find it. We'll see you all again. Tell you what we're going to do, folks. We will head towards the end of this stage, and if Esa-Pekka Lappi does unfortunately have any issues, we will hopefully be able to report those to you. So stick with us all through the day, folks. Dirtfish.com.